Hey guys, it's Master Lewis with On the Mat with Master Lewis. Today's topic is titles or awards. And this is one of the first questions I was asked, and I was hesitant to do it because, to give you an idea, this is the third time I've tried to answer this tonight, and I've redone it every time. I hope this one works because I'm trying to word it so that it's not offensive, but there's no way to really do it without saying some things that might hurt people's feelings, not students, but instructors. And my intention is not to do that. It's just to let the public know of some problems that we have and that some people take advantage of. So awards, here we go. Awards. Both school awards and competitive awards. For instance, if I go online right now and type in martial arts schools, almost every school I find will have a national or a world champion. How is that possible? There are a lot of organizations, true, but everybody's not that. Some people stage that, some people just flat out lie about it, and some people actually win those. When I was competing, I made a point to compete in massive associations so that if I won, it would have some legitimacy behind it. Like the Song of Taekwondo, had over 1 million people come through its ranks. USTU, which was a massive association for a long time. AAU, still massive association. When I win those titles, I compete against people that are high level. So to me, it means something to me, and it holds like water. It's a real thing. But then you have some people just kind of stage them. They get a couple friends together, they go to a different country, they go somewhere in the state or whatever, different state, and they have a tournament, and they come back, and they've all won a world title. So as a person, a regular average person signing up to school, you wouldn't know the difference. And that's the problem. And school owners know that, so they take advantage of that. It's not making very popular right now. It's easy to do. Right now, if I got on my computer and sent an email to our newspaper and our local news station and said that my team just won the world championships for football, like, hey, Super Bowl champions or World Series champions, they wouldn't write back. They'd probably laugh at me. You could take any martial arts school, no matter how big, how small, and they could do the same exact thing and say that their students or their grandmaster had won a world title, and they would most likely print whatever you send them or report whatever you sent them without asking any questions. It's not good or bad for their part. It's bad on our part for allowing those kind of lies to continue. So, with being respectful, even if you're in my school, ask me. Ask your instructor. Politely, of course. When you won your title, who had the tournament? What organization had your tournament? Like, who sanctioned it? And to question it is not being disrespectful. The question is like, that's their selling point for their program. You have a right to ask. Don't look at me, seriously. Don't blindly accept everything in martial arts you hear. It's a problem. It allows people to take money or teach classes that probably don't deserve it. And you cannot go by how they look. It's a problem. I remember after the Olympics I first watched in '88, I saw a picture of the Olympic coach's school. It was a tiny little school, much smaller and not as nice as mine. This is the Olympic coach. And I've seen beautiful schools, elaborate facilities. And it was like a Cadillac without an engine. It's like it would look great, but there was nothing inside. There was no martial arts inside. It was playtime. But the people there didn't know any difference because that's all they ever saw. So just question, not, again, respectfully question, where these titles came from. Both competitively and even school titles. I've seen schools claim to be the best. And again, this is not any particular school. This is like worldwide. I get mail all the time asking me to register my school and become one of the top schools in the country just by sending in a letter. Years ago, probably 4 years ago, I was ranked in the top 3 schools in the Universal Martial Arts Association, which is a Great organization. It's in over 20-something countries. It's run by a ninth grader named Frank Williams. Nice guy. I've been friends with him for years. Just great organization, okay? I was happy for that. I really was. But you have other things like Hall of Fames and stuff where you just sign a piece of paper, send a check, and you got it, okay? So if again, same thing with world titles. If your school got an award, like top 10 school, top 1 school, top 20 school, whatever, best school in the existence of all time, ask a simple question. Who gave you this award? What association gave it to you? And sometimes what I've seen in my research, and researching several different kinds of people that did this thing, to several different groups, is that their own leadership gave it to them. Like their own chain of command, like their instructor's instructor or a friend of their instructor gave them an award, and it's like, oh, we're the best now. And people believe it, because who are you going to ask besides your own people? So just to break it down real fast, think of this. To say you're the best martial arts school in the state or the country or the world, what does that mean? Best martial arts school. I'm not. I wouldn't claim to be. Even if someone handed it to me, I wouldn't claim to be. So that's including all the Korean Taekwondo schools, all the Hapkido schools, all the Kondo schools, and all the other Korean martial arts. And you got Japanese martial arts, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, Kendo, Sumo. You got all those. Karate. You got all the Okinawan systems of martial arts. You got historical African martial arts, which is like 7. So usually 9 to 7, you ask. You got Native American martial arts. Real thing. You have historical European martial arts. You have MMA. You have schools run by professional world champions, Olympic champions. So who picks, you're the best school in the world? That's ridiculous. It's a slap in the face to all the good schools. So that's why I said this is not a popular talk, because I don't like doing it, because people take it personally, instructors take it personally, their students might take it personally. Again, I am not calling out anybody. It's just a trend that I see happening, and I've seen it for quite some time. The moral of the story is, ask questions. Where did the title come from? Who gave it to you? If it's only on the school's website, or a friend of the school's website, it's probably, who knows? Who knows? But I challenge everybody who's a martial art parent or student to ask your instructor where their school titles or competitive titles came from. Like a little homework thing. Nothing else to do. We're all locked down. So something to think about, okay? And again, this is the third take. I'll probably use this one. I don't like doing this because it makes you sound so negative. But as a professional, and if any of you parents or people watching are in other industries that, how would you feel if you worked a lifetime to be the best at something, and someone takes the same title, just prints it on a piece of paper and advertises it? It's like a slap in the face. So, again, I'm not being negative. I'm just laying it out there because it is a serious problem in the martial art industry. Okay? Until next time, this is Master Lewis with On the Mat with Master Lewis.